Jordan Mills got cut. Alfredo Gutierrez, who's such an awesome story, the international player exemption, he got cut. Doubt that they bring him back on the practice squad unless they get an exemption, which they got last year, but I don't think it carries over this year. I think it ends with the 53 cut that just happened. So I don't think that's coming through. Justin School. So that's 3 tackles.
Knew
Let's
that.
talk School.
Okay. School got schooled.
Yeah.
There's no way you were trying to keep Justin School.
I don't think so.
If you
But
were,
Jalen Moore looked way worse.
he did, but he also was coming off of a more recent injury.
Yeah.
And if you watch him play, it looked like he was just in his head the whole game. Like he was just like making all these mental errors and just not playing football. That's what it looked like to me. He wasn't trusting himself to be able to get to spots. And you know what, John? I didn't realize this, but I should have because I played the damn game. Football is all math, right? It's all geometry, right? It's all angles. It's and then you mix it in with physics and other things of force and speed, right? And so when these linemen can't get these certain angles and get to them at a certain point, they look very terrible because all it takes is a fraction of a second to be off. Bam, guy goes around you. Like, dang, like, yeah, because you didn't fire out to the spot and dictate where you want this lineman to go. Like, the offensive linemen have to control the defensive lineman. Yes, defensive linemen are going to be trying to swim, rip, bull rush, all that type of stuff, but it's your job to anchor, set, and control without holding.
Yeah, without that's and I saw Jalen Moore had some really bad angles, and I thought School was a better left tackle, but School on the right side, that was worse than Jalen Moore tape.
Terrible.
So it's worse on top of worse. Now, here's what's happening, okay? If the 49ers right now, there's a reason why they had their press conference when they did. They still got 20 minutes to work these phones. And so that's where it is now. That's why there's not a lot of roster cuts because can you work a trade? Can you move somebody? And if you can't, then you cut last minute. But there is still some stuff going on behind the scenes, and that's what they're trying to get to. And so they're working those things. Offensive tackle is still a major concern. I will say this. I did think that it was very refreshing that Mike McGlinchey was out there yesterday. That was very, very important because I thought his week 1 was in question.
No. It was super important. Here's the issue, though. There was one play, and I don't know if you saw the video clip, but there was one rep where it looked like he was limping, like gingerly, like something wasn't right. And then I posted it, and then Dr. Narav Pandya, he spoke on it. And he was just telling you, about because remember, he had what was the initial injury? Forgot. Was it
the hamstring? His quad came off.
His quad. Right.
Quad tear.
And so he felt like in recovering from that, it was going to like start reacting with the knees. And now he's having knee issues. So you saw him with a knee brace. And the question is, can he tolerate the pain? The question, and will he tolerate the pain? Now, when you think about Mike McGlinchey, and I don't like to be this type of a person. I care about the person more than like the money
100%.
of the person, right? So I care about the health of the person. Because remember with D Ford, everybody was like, "Yo, he can't stay healthy." You're right, he couldn't stay healthy, but man, like let's focus on this guy's health. Who cares how much they're paying him? It's not his fault. His back gave out. He played this game, and things can happen. So the same thing is starting to happen with Mike McGlinchey. So I think at some point, obviously they're going to sell shit, but how do you patch this up now? And it ain't Jalen Moore. Is it Colton McKivitz? Because I think he struggles on the right side and plays better on the left side.
I do too. We don't have anybody that plays well on the right side.
That's why you got to get one, John. Find the right tackle out of these players that are being released right now and go sign them.
Yeah, and there's guys out there. We know the guys that we have aren't it at right tackle. Maybe Brunskill. He played really well there. Next shift. He says, how about the Eagles fleecing the Saints yet again? I thought so as well. They got Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. They're going to move to safety. And that made more sense why Tart got released. It just made way more sense. They didn't need it because they're moving CGJ to safety. That was part of the stipulation of the trade. It's a contract year. He wants to get paid more. Huge win for Philly. Saints took a huge step back. They only got a fifth and a sixth back. Which yeah, it was rough. Bosa has quads to spare. I love it, man.